Hi, I'm Izzy, and I've been here at McLaren Youth Correctional Facility for about 5 years, and I've been at Project POOCH for about 2.5 years now.
Project POOCH is a nonprofit program housed at McLaren Youth Correctional Facility in Woodburn, Oregon. Incarcerated youth are paired with previously unadoptable shelter dogs, at times saving them from being euthanized. After training and socialization, the dogs are then offered to the public for adoption.
Since I've been at Project POOCH, I've trained about 12 dogs, and I've learned something from each individual dog, but I think I've learned more from a furball named Oscar. When I first saw Oscar, he came in all matted and just very dirty, looked very uncomfortable. My first thought was like, man, how am I gonna work with him? I've never dealt with a dog like this before, and I knew it was gonna be a challenge to work with him, but I took on that challenge and it paid off at the end. The first thing we had to do with Oscar was to trim him down and get rid of all the mess that he had. He was in very terrible shape and he just looked like he was in pain. So we first started off cutting all his hair off, but it was a challenge in itself because he wouldn't allow us to handle him. From the get-go, it was building the trust between not just him trusting me, but me trusting him, because I didn't know how he was going to react. Oscar's temperament was a little out of control. At first, he didn't really know how to respond to people when they tried to approach him, and he didn't know whether they had good intentions or what was going on. I knew that getting him socialized would be the biggest problem because he hadn't been around people in so long. As time went on, I started to notice changes in Oscar. He was a little bit more comfortable around me, and that's because I had been handling him every single day. And he started to show interest in other people. I introduced him to pretty much everybody I knew on this campus, and he did very well, and I always made sure it was a positive experience for him. And that helped him build a little more confidence in himself. At the same time that everything was going on with socializing him, I was also training them for his Canine Good Citizen test. Every dog is required to pass his Canine Good Citizen test in order for them to be adopted out to a family. It would show that Oscar knew his sit, his down, his stay, and come. But even though he passed that, it did not mean that he was ready to go home. He spent 8 months here with us. Getting Oscar ready for a home was the biggest challenge for me, but I never gave up on him because I knew he'd make it. I saw little improvements, and I knew he would find a home. A couple came to see Oscar, and the situation seemed like it would be the perfect fit for Oscar. We were still unsure of how he would react in the home, but the family was willing to work with them, and they were very patient.
The thing that made me feel so good about Oscar when we first met him was just watching how he responded to not just myself but to Tasha immediately. There was almost like an instant bond.
Well, Oscar likes to sleep a lot. He likes to sleep and play and cuddle.
I think what he likes best is that he gets all of that on his own terms and on his own schedule. He's become such a great part of the family because it's not like he's a pet, it's like he's just another child right now. It's really been fantastic. As much as I love him, he's definitely Tasha's. They have bonded so well, and he doesn't go anywhere without her. We wanted to continue bringing him back here so that we could stay connected, not just with the facility, but with Izzy in particular, because he's done such a great job of training him.
I really appreciate that the family brings Oscar back to visit.
Good, how are you doing? Good to see you.
And I'm glad to see that he's doing well and he fits in with the family. After 4 years of an obviously tough life, Oscar finally found his forever home.